Very recently, I dropped a blog article entitled "Steroids Muddy the Water," where I looked at some of the ethical implications of steroid use in the muscle economy. So the muscle economy basically refers to all of the selling of training and nutritional advice, as well as supplements, and more broadly apparel to the gym and fitness community. This video is going to look at 10 points from that article. It's not going to cover all of the ground, but just some of the main points I thought would be of interest in a video blog. So firstly, steroids are everywhere in the muscle industry, and they're responsible for creating wildly unrealistic expectations about just how jacked we can all get. I remember being an 18-year-old pup going to uni and picking up weights for the first time. I thought that if I took my cell tech and went to the gym every day, I too could stand on the Mr. Olympia stage. But that's not the whole picture. The best physiques are typically crafted with steroids and other chemical aids such as human growth hormone, pro-hormones, and even insulin use, which is quite dangerous. Aesthetic physiques are commercially exploited by successful competitors, models, and personal trainers to sell training and nutritional programs. Typically, the better the physique, the bigger the fan base, and the more potential customers. Top-level bodybuilders, they're not really my concern in this article. It's an open secret that they're using steroids. I mean, they're ridiculously big. I think they look awesome. I think they're amazing and inspirational, and they do a lot of hard work. But I know that I'm not prepared to go to those lengths. And the average person out there who may buy their programs or take their supplements, I think they too know that that's a big part of the picture. But where I take some issue is with natural organizations that have a clean reputation and a more mainstream appeal, which allows their competitors to attract attention in a much broader market. So the average person isn't trying to be a Hulk, they're not trying to be the next Mr. Olympia, they just want to get jacked and shredded, something that's on the cover of Muscle and Fitness, or maybe on the cover of Men's Health, you know, a normative level of muscle mass. And that's where these natural organizations, they really have a lot of broad appeal because they represent this level that's a bit more realistic. Some natural organizations have dubious testing procedures and loose rules in regards to off-steroid periods. So for example, some competitions that are titled natural, you can do gear for years, but if you pass a poly test saying that you've been clean for 12 months, you're allowed to compete. Say if you win that show, you then have this reputation, this badge as a natural athlete, and that has tremendous broad stream appeal. It's very commercially viable. And this has given rise to the term half natty. These half natty entrepreneurs, in my opinion, are the most exploitive due to the fact that they're using a fake natural reputation to sell training and nutritional programs, often to kids and noobs and their fans who are kept in the dark about what the situation really is. So training programs used and sold by enhanced physiques have been developed under super anabolic conditions, not under natural conditions. Programs and knowledge gained under these conditions is often inappropriate for natural lifters who lack the recovery ability that super supplements provide, and this can often be unproductive and, in the worst case, quite dangerous. So be warned, there are natural organizations out there engaging in mutually beneficial arrangements with athletes to create fake natural reputations which are used to sell you programs. These jacked but more appealing physiques are driving sales, and they're not really owning up to the pharmaceutical factors that help get these guys above 200 pounds. So you really got to ask yourself, you know, you have to beware, buyer beware. Do your homework and make sure you trust the integrity of the person behind the body that's convinced you to buy said training or nutritional program. Do you trust that this person is giving you the complete picture? And a quick way to judge is if they're around the 6 foot mark and they have the same stats as Arnold Schwarzenegger, a known steroid user, well, can they really be natural? I'd say no. And so if their physique is being used to convince you that they know what they're talking about, well, you're kind of getting duped a little bit. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Put it all over your Facebook wall and tag a half natty.